This is the Bluetti Charger 2. It is bigger and better than the Charger 1, and it's super cheap, but only if you already own the Bluetti Charger 1. Before I get into the details about this charger, if you already own the Bluetti Charger 1, you can upgrade to this Charger 2 for $149 Canadian or $100 US. It is a fantastic deal, but it's only for limited time. So be sure to click the link below, use the discount code, and pick up a new Bluetti Charger 2. I don't know how Bluetti is affording to do this, but obviously they are a big believer in this product, and I am super excited to test it out today. The Charger 2 is a DC to DC charger with an MPPT solar controller. Now, I've experience installing the Renogy DC to DC chargers, but I don't have any experience with the Charger 1. The Charger 1 was about half the size of the Charger 2, but it only charged via the alternator. It had no solar input, so this is a huge upgrade. This charger can handle 800 watts from the alternator and 600 watts of solar. It has a max output of 1200 watts. You might be wondering 800 plus 600 is 1400, but this charger will actually balance to a maximum of 1200 watts. And I believe they do prioritize solar. I think there might be some settings in the app. That is what I'm most excited for actually about this charger, is the settings within the app that you can use to customize. Two other big features that Bluetti nailed with this product is the fact that it has a D+ signal wire. For smart alternators, a lot of DC to DC chargers don't have that feature, and people have a lot of problems when they have smart alternators. The other thing is this actually has cooling fans built into it. A lot of DC to DC chargers also overheat out there because they're in smaller spaces, and when it gets really hot outside and that alternator is pushing a lot of current, these things can heat up quite a bit. So the fact that this unit actually has a built-in fan for cooling should really help dissipate that heat. This unit has reverse charging if it is connected to specific units, and I will get into that later, but it is actually only Bluetti units, I believe, that can do the reverse charging, unfortunately. But this unit does work with a variety of different power stations. So whether you own a Ecoflow or Jackery, this unit will actually work with it, and it connects via the XT60 port on the power station. The reverse charging is really handy because it will help maintain your battery on your vehicle when you aren't using it. If you're parked for a long period of time or you're having trouble with your battery, it's a really great feature to have. This thing is also designed to basically be a drop-in replacement for the Charger 1, so installation should be super easy if you already have the Charger 1. Bluetti supplies a couple different options depending on what you want to do with this charger. This is, I believe, the basic kit that it comes with. This is a charging wire that you hook directly up to your starter battery, and props to Bluetti because it also comes with a 75 amp battery fuse. This is really important. It protects the wire and it will protect the component. It comes with an XT60 to MC4 adapter, and then it also comes with two of the MC4 connectors for the solar connections. And then it comes with a battery connector. So this is specific to Bluetti products. So depending on what equipment you have, this could be really useful for you. The Pro combo that they're offering, I believe, comes with a longer battery terminal cable, and then it comes with a few more options for these cables. And it also comes with a cable that will directly hook up to a fridge, which is actually a really cool feature. If you have a fridge in the back of your overlanding rig, you can connect it straight to this charger. This unit is also designed to connect to Bluetti's new D1 Power Hub. It hasn't released yet, but it is going to release this January. The D1 Power Hub is perfect if you don't have a power station that you're charging, but instead you are connecting directly to 12-volt batteries. If we were to install this in our camper van, where we don't use a power station a lot of the time, but we do have a large 12-volt 300 amp hour battery that we need to keep charged all the time, that D1 Power Hub actually has a 12-volt 50 amp connection that you can connect directly to a battery. This is one of the things that I actually don't like about this charger. They do have battery terminals on the bottom here, and I really wish you could customize through the app to connect this directly to any battery. Instead, they kind of made it that you can only use Bluetti's products, which is a little bit unfortunate. I think they're really narrowing their market there. They could have really expanded things. This is the Bluetti Elite 200 V2. I have a review if you want to check it out. It's an awesome power station, but I'm going to be installing the Bluetti Charger 2 and this in the back of my Tacoma. When Kaylee and I aren't out exploring in the van, we use this thing all the time, and this is going to be the perfect combination for us to keep all of our electronics and gear charged while we're out on the road. So step number one, to make this simple, is going to be installing the positive and negative on the battery terminals here. I actually have a grounding location located right next to the battery here. This negative connection doesn't actually have to be directly to your negative battery terminal. So if you don't want to purchase the wiring from Bluetti, if you pick it up used somewhere, you get it cheaper, whatever it might be, you actually only need to run this positive battery cable to the positive terminal on your battery, and you can ground the unit anywhere on your vehicle's frame. There are multiple grounding points typically on vehicles. If you were installing this inside your vehicle, this cable should be installed through the firewall, which is typically located just on the driver's side here. It's important to note that the Bluetti Charger 2 actually doesn't have a great waterproof rating. It's not designed to be installed outside or in the engine compartment. You want to install it in a clean, dust, water-free environment. Before we start doing the connections, we got to take off this cover right here. These two screws. Here we have our connection points right along here for securing the wires. Along the bottom here, I forgot to mention that this D+ signal wire for the alternator also comes included with that Pro kit. If you have a smart alternator, absolutely install this. A lot of people have issues with these DC to DC chargers when they don't install a signal wire. This will monitor the voltage that your vehicle is outputting and adjust things as necessary. The next port you have here is your alternator. Here we have our charge connection. This goes directly to your power station. Here is the PV. This is the DC panel. This connection is actually for the Bluetti D1 Power Hub, and it also comes with an Ethernet connection. Over here is where we have the battery connection. You can't just connect any battery, unfortunately. This connection right here is what this cable is for, and Bluetti supplies a bunch of different ones depending on what you are charging with this. But unfortunately, the voltage doesn't go down to 12 volts for this, so you can't connect just any battery. All right, guys, so I have Bluetti Charger 2 installed temporarily. I've just fed it through the window on the canopy for now. I'm definitely going to be installing it underneath the vehicle and popping up. I honestly thought it was going to be a longer cable. So if you have a long install, I would probably go for that Pro combo because it does come with a longer cable. I have the alternator plugged in right here. I have the charge port plugged into the Bluetti Elite 200 V2, and then this would be for if I had solar panels. Let's go ahead and turn on this power station and connect on the app, because this is what I'm honestly most curious about. Okay, let's connect to it via Bluetooth. This also has Wi-Fi, in case you were wondering. Elite 200 V2, there we go, confirm. Let's start the vehicle and see what happens. This is one of the things that you don't want to do with these vehicles, is just have your vehicle idling, because you can hear my truck like revving up. The power station is currently getting, let's see, 633 watts, which is quite a bit. The fans are running on the Charger 2. Decent amount of airflow coming out there. Okay, so I've selected Elite 200 V2, so it automatically goes to the voltage for the power station. Great feature. You can also manually do that if you want to. Okay, so we have network settings, reverse charging. When the starter battery is low, Bluetti products can reverse charge it until full. You can stop at any time. Repairs, aging. So it does say Bluetti products. You can do trickle, pulse, change the frequency, top up, and then you can also adjust the power however much you want. Let's go into advanced settings, system switch recovery, charging priority, parking battery. So you can set this to the power station or the parking battery priority, which is also a really cool feature. Generator settings. So let's see, smart alternator, connect to the vehicles. Okay, so that's if you have a smart alternator, set to be a shutdown voltage, smart standard, status indicator, battery settings, total volume. Okay, cool. So you can also add the volume and type of the battery. It also has a silent charging mode. This is no doubt an awesome product, but I have heard a lot of people burn out alternators when they're using DC to DC charger. It's not just the Bluetti one, it is all of them. Do not idle your vehicle just to charge your batteries. That is how you do damage to your alternator. Yes, this will shorten your alternator's life. Having one of these DC to DC chargers is definitely hard on vehicles. The fact that this one is Bluetooth and you can control it from your phone, I would say do not have it on if you are just idling or if you are in stop and go traffic in a city. As soon as you hit the highway, turn this on with your phone because that is when your engine is going to be putting out the most current. Make sure to be careful, look into your vehicle's alternator. I have a small truck, I think it has a 130 amp alternator, not that big. Once this alternator burns out, I'm probably gonna put in a bigger one. It's very easy to do. I did it on our van. Alternators typically only cost a few $100s and they are fairly easy to install. This thing being able to pull 800 watts from your engine, that is 67 amps in 12 volt power. So be careful with that. The fact that it's smart and it knows what power station it's charging and you can put in custom settings, keep that in mind because pulling 67 amps from an alternator is not good for your vehicle. You would need a 220 amp alternator for that to be even close to acceptable, I think. And it's something that you still do not want to do when you are just sitting idling. There is also a power button right on top here, so you can always manually turn it on and off if you want to and you don't want to use the app. The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that you can't connect it to a 12 volt battery with these ports. Maybe they will come out with a change for that. Or you can purchase the D1 hub separately and be able to charge up your batteries. But buying two components just to be able to do that isn't ideal because it makes it really expensive. So if Bluetti would have just integrated a 12 volt 50 amp customizable port right here on this battery, that would have been perfect. I don't know why Bluetti did not do that. Honestly, all around, it seems like a great unit. I'm excited to keep testing it out and I will give you guys updates along the way. If you like this video and found it useful, be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.